Ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back for the evening session on the penultimate day of action here at the Swim England Summer Meet 2018 here at Ponsford. Jonathan Bell with you alongside Stephen Jameson over the course of the night, who will bring you all the noise and all the information you need as the night goes on. The action will be kicking off in just under 10 minutes time on day number 4.
A light is ready to shine throughout Glasgow and Scotland once again. Hopes and dreams sealed and shattered in a single breath. Be there when new European champions are crowned.
Our thanks go to sponsors and partners without whom this event would not be possible. Funding partner, Sport England. Official partners, Tier, Merthyr Pools. Endorsed product, Sports Systems. Host city, marketing Sheffield and Sheffield International venues.
So you can see, ladies and gentlemen, with 10 events coming up over the course of tonight, and as ever with our AB events, there will be 5 age group finals in each of those. So a lot of action to come, but as ever, it will absolutely fly by, and we'll have our 2 sets of medal presentations as well. One midway through the evening session, and one right at the end. Don't forget that you can get in touch with us tonight on the hashtag SE Swimming, as you have been all week, and that competition is still open as well. The winner will be winning a Tier mesh bag, the colour of their choice. All you have to do is tweet us your favourite moment of the week so far. It could be very personal to you, it could be a bit of a humorous story if you want, but throw it at us at the hashtag SE Swimming, and myself and Stephen Jameson will choose the best of those during the evening. The winner will be announced tonight, so do make sure you listen out for that and get tweeting into us. We very much look forward to hearing from you. So that was last night's action then in the pool, and hopefully lots more memories to be created tonight as well. Don't forget that during the course of the week that all of the heats and the finals footage have been recorded. You may have heard us going on about the live stream. Well, you can purchase any of the heats and the finals footage from Vimeo, £5 per session. All you have to do is scan the QR code that you can see in the bottom right there. There are many posters around the foyer area here at Ponds Forge, and also the entrance part of Ponds Forge as well. Scan that QR code on your camera and you will get the link to those videos. So do make sure you purchase those should you wish. So we're good to go now with the final session on day number 4. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to poolside your referees and their team of technical officials. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome your referees, Heather Summerall and Jackie Beard Jones. Your starters for this evening's session are Rhiannon Edwards and Durno Jessamine. And your technical director, Roger Pryor. Officials, you may be seated. So the penultimate night of action here at Ponds Forge, ladies and gentlemen. Friday night under the lights in Sheffield. The big question is, ladies and gentlemen, are you ready?
That's the loudest one we've had of the week so far. I think, though, guys, we can be a little bit louder, can't we? Ladies and gentlemen, are you ready? That's a little bit more like it. Okay then, ladies and gents, you asked for it. It's time to go with our very first event of the evening. Please welcome to poolside the athletes for the women's 12-13 years, 200 metres butterfly final. In 0 from Tiverton, Gemma Dilks. In 1 from City of Leeds, Lauren Smith. In 2 from Nova Centurion, Kate Morris. In 3 from Basildon and Phoenix, Ruby Wheeler. In 4 from Royal Wolverhampton School, Chloe Harris. In 5 from Ellesmere College Titans, Henrietta Damassa. In 6 from Nova Centurion, Livia Kingsland. In 7 from Wigan Best, Olivia Sheehan. In 8 from Barnet Cotswold, Sala Bernholt. And in 9 from City of Leeds, Isla Williams. This is the women's 12-13 years, 200 metres butterfly final.
Off we go. First final of the night in what has been already a very busy day for a lot of our female swimmers, with the 1500 metre freestyle in the mid-afternoon session. And now they're straight into the thick of the action in what will be a fast and furious day number 4, finals night in Sheffield. Getting off to the best start after the first quarter of this race. In lane 5 is Henrietta Delmasa of Ellesmere College Titans, 31.37 the split there, 0.3 of a second ahead of Chloe Harris. Chloe Harris already has tasted success in the pool this week with a bronze medal in the 100 fly and a gold as well in the 400 IM, but at the moment trailing the girl just to her right hand side from Ellesmere College Titans, who managed to register a PB earlier today of 2:27.87 with Henrietta Delmasa, but so did Chloe Harris with her PB, and that was a couple of seconds quicker. However, at the halfway point there's nothing splitting them, and this is where Chloe Harris and Henrietta Delmasa will be well aware not only of one another, but also the threat that could suddenly come from behind them as well. And the nearest one to them is in lane 2, Kate Morris of Nova Centurion. Her split after 100 metres, 1:09.29. And she was around a second off of her personal best this morning. In lane 6 as well as her teammate Livia Kingsland. So Nova Centurion at the moment looking good for at least a bronze medal. But they have to make sure that the likes of Ruby Wheeler in lane 3 and also in lane 1 Lauren Smith don't suddenly begin to emerge in that battle for a podium spot. But the battle at the first is going to go right down to the wire between Henrietta Delmasa in lane 5 and Chloe Harris in lane 4. They have clear water between them and everyone else behind them, but it is a direct shootout, and here we do not know who's going to get the gold medal still with 25 metres to go. This is a real spirited and determined swim from the two of them here. Looks like Chloe Harris might have a slight edge. It was Delmasa leading at the previous turn, but this one, well, it's nail-biting stuff. Harris from Delmasa as they come in towards the wall. Who's going to get that touch? It is Chloe Harris. 0.09 of a second the difference. Wow, what a first race of the night, and the two Nova Centurion swimmers as well, pushing each other all the way. It's Morris ahead of Kingsland. What a way to kick off day 4. Confirmation of those results up on the scoreboard. It's Harris from Delmasa and Morris joins them on the podium. Fantastic.
Without further ado then, ladies and gentlemen, it is time for our next event. Please welcome the athletes to poolside for the women's 14 years 200 metres butterfly final. In 0 from Bromley, Alicia Corver. In 1 from City of Bristol, Bethan Anderson. In 2 from Leicester Sharks, Yasmin Sheffield. In 3 from Borough of Stockton, Leonie Jones. In 4 from City of Liverpool, Lois Keys. In 5 from City of Birmingham, Lauren Knight. In 6 from Borough of Kirklees, Emily Brooke. In 7 from Winsford, Isabel Kay. In 8 from Wigan Best, Rachel Hornby. And in 9th, from Tynemouth, Ella Took. This is the women's 14 years 200 metres butterfly final.
Already a bit of a staggering start there between around 3 or 4 of the swimmers, and that has already meant we've got a bit of separation at the front. Of course, very early days, but Lauren Knight of City of Birmingham, bit of room either side of her ahead of Lois Keys, the favourite for this, from City of Liverpool in 4, and also Emily Brooke in lane 6 as well Kay of Winsford enjoying the first quarter of that race, but it's Yasmin Sheffield of Leicester Sharks in lane 2 who has fared the best over the course of the first 50, with Lauren Knight second, joint with the only Jones of Borough of Stockton in lane 3. Lauren Knight, City of Birmingham, managed to get a bronze medal in half this distance in the 100 fly earlier on this week, and she'll be very much hoping for another spot on the podium as well. But the way that this length has gone, it looks like she may have to do a bit of the fighting back here, because Yasmin Sheffield, trying to extend that lead at the front, has dragged Isabel Kay with her, and it is in fact the Winsford swimmer in lane 7 who leads right now from Yasmin Sheffield, who's now into second place. Emily Brook up there as well in lane 6, but a better turn being made by those two in the central lanes. Lois Keys now, City of Liverpool, beginning to slightly get in the ascendancy out that battle between 4 and 5, and Lauren Knight will just have to be wary of that. But this is brave stuff happening in lane 7 from Isabel Kay of Winsford, and it's a pace that Yasmin Sheffield at the moment has not been able to keep up with. Will that change as they come towards the wall and the final turn here? Isabel Kay of Winsford has now been knocked out of first position, because a really strong last 20 metres or so on that length from the central two, Louise Keys and Lauren Knight, as they turn for home, and it's all to play for here. And in 7th, Isabel Kay of Winsford. Well, things very much levelling up at the moment, and Isabel Kay focusing towards her right-hand side when she comes up for air. Does she have any idea what's going off in the central lanes? Lauren Knight looks like she's winning that battle now between her and Lois Keys, and Knight is focused on Kay as they come to the wall, and Kay has hold on. 2:24.02 the winning time. Again, it's 900ths of a second the difference between a gold and a silver medal. She did incredibly well on that back 50 there, Isabel Kay, to hold on, because Lauren Knight was rampant on that home straight. Lois Keys picks up the bronze medal for Liverpool. PB for Kay as she gets gold.
And without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, we move straight on to our next event. Please welcome the athletes to poolside for the women's 15 years 200 metres butterfly final. In 0 from West Norfolk, Lucy Peck. In 1 from Portsmouth North Sea, Kate Baxter. In 2 from Woking, Abigail Stemp. In 3 from Dulwich Dolphins, Frances New. In 4 from Thanet Swim, Maria Evans. In 5 from Doncaster Darts, Hannah Newnham. In 6 from Wrekin College, Anya Priest. In 7 from Doncaster Darts, Callie Ramshaw. In 8 from Borough of Stockton, Erin Donnelly. And in 9 from Northampton, Ella Poole. This is the women's 15 years 200 metres butterfly final.
We're starting lane 8 from Erin Donnelly there of Borough of Stockton, who actually on paper has got one of the better PBs, second quickest PB out of these 10 swimmers, but earlier on today from a time that was 3.5 seconds outside that, 2:29.01 compared to the 2:25.58 that she got earlier on. Quickest PB from Maria Evans of Thanet Swim, 2:24.77 that she got earlier on today, but at the moment she's trailing to Frances New, just to her left-hand side from Dulwich. And you always get one swimmer who over the course of the first 100 metres really goes gung-ho and just tries to write a statement of intent to the rest of the swimmers. They are serious contenders for the gold when it comes to this event. So Frances New leading the way at halfway, 1:07.56 the split time. Second and third are on the near side. Kate Baxter has had a good week so far. She's got 2 bronze medals under her belt in the 200 IM and the 400 IM as well. She's shown she can do it over the 4 different strokes, but on the singular, it's not quite been the same for her. She was up there at halfway, but just look how many you could etch into that sort of bracket as well. Frances New in lane 3, Maria Evans in 4, just behind her Hannah Noonan in lane 5 as well, but the current leader still is New, and Evans in second with Abigail Stemp in lane 2, now third, just ahead of Kate Baxter, but this is where things really begin to get serious, as it's a line now of 3 or 4 swimmers here, all gunning for the same colour medal. 25 metres to go, and Frances New being surrounded here to her left and to her right, and it looks like Maria Evans to her right from Danit Swim may have just got a bit of a breakthrough. Patience is a virtue, and it may be paying off in the final 15 minutes of this race for Maria Evans at Danit Swim, as she just has her eyes on the wall. She charges to it now and gets the gold. In the end, over a second in front of Frances New, who holds on for a very well-deserved silver, and Kate Baxter gets third for Portsmouth North Sea. A hat-trick of bronzes for her this week. So PB for Maria Evans there, as she gets top prize from that race. It's also a PB for Frances New and Kate Baxter as well in the process. Super swimming, top 5 all under 2:25.
Here we go then, ladies and gentlemen. It is time for our next event. Please welcome the athletes to poolside for the women's 16 years, 200 metres butterfly final. In 0 from Bassett Law, Mia Hunt. In 1 from Beckenham, Brooke Pitt. In 2 from Chelmsford, Tia Gardner. In 3 from Colchester, Olivia Norman. In 4 from Brompton, Alicia Kelly. In 5 from Chelmsford, Abby Lowe. In 6 from Royal Tunbridge Wells Monson, Mia Burns. In 7 from Chelmsford, Annabelle Kitching. In 8 from City of Bristol, Eleanor Hollier. And in 9 from Camden Swiss Cottage, Drew Dill. This is the women's 16 years, 200 metres butterfly final.
And away we go. The yellow Colchester cap of Olivia Norman, maybe one worth watching over the course of this race. 2:24.85 is her PB, which she was 2.5 seconds away from earlier today. But by far and away, the best PB in the pool, boasted by that of Alicia Kelly of Brompton in 4, 2:18.71. Quite a bit off that pace earlier today. Was she just taking her foot off the gas a wee bit, confident she'd make this final? Or is she out of form? We'll find out over the course of these next 200 metres. Not much splitting them at this point though. Maybe a couple dropping off on the far side, closest to the spectator gallery, but not always the case. See Drew Dill of Camden Swiss Cottage up there pretty strongly in contention as we reach halfway. But leading the way in lane 4, Alicia Kelly of Brompton. Second spot being held by Brooke Pitt in lane 1 from Beckenham. And Drew Dill indeed is making inroads in lane 9, because she's in third at that point. Can she keep that up? There's going to be no doubt an onslaught coming from the central lanes at some point. The likes of Olivia Norman in lane 3, Abby Lowe in 5, and also Mia Burns in lane 6 as well. We all know how to do well in these sort of races. Very prominent parts the national scene. But Alicia Kelly of Brompton still the one to beat. She is going along at a very good rate indeed. This time last year she was the bronze medalist in the British Summer Championships 200 fly. And here in the Swim England meet, she very much is in the driving seat. Mia Hunt now is in third position. Drew Dill's been promoted into second, but you just wonder if she's going to burn out at some point. It's a very hard task when you're out there on the far side on your own and all the action is happening in the centre, and there's a bit of traffic coming through now. The likes of Mia Burns in sixth. Norman just on the periphery in lane 3, and look at this from Brooke Pitt in lane 1 trying to bite back at Mia Hunt on the near side. That's a battle that could go right to the wire as they battle for medals. There's a lot in contention, but Alicia Kelly will get gold. 2:23.6 for Alicia Kelly, and it is the two outside lanes that managed to hold on for spots on the podium as well. Mia Hunt of Bassetlaw and Drew Dill of Camden Swiss Cottage. Another thrilling final. This time it's Alicia Kelly who will top the podium.
Here we go then, ladies and gentlemen. It's time for our next race. Please welcome to poolside the athletes for the women's 17 years and over 200 metres butterfly final. In 0 from Guildford City, Kira Walsh. In 1 from Amersham, Sophie Lawrence. In 2 from Mount Kelly, Caitlin Bergin. In 3 from Thanet Swim, Maisie McCartney. In 4 from Denmark, Katrina Buch-Bellesen. In 5, also from Denmark, Regitza Gard. In 6 from Exeter City, Aliyah Mayweb. In 7 from Loftus, Hannah Trousdale. In 8 from Prescott, Charlotte Dodson. And in 9 from Chelsea and Westminster, Sophie Whelan. This is the women's 17 years and over 200 metres butterfly final.
And away we go to get swimmers down the centre of the pool with their fastest times this morning. Of course, they're going for the commemorative medals. And just as we see the back end of this first quarter, just a reminder, ladies and gentlemen, please do make sure that if you are watching here in the spectator gallery that your phone is turned to silent, just to ensure that it doesn't go off at the worst possible time at the start of a race and distract our swimmers. So if you could please check and ensure that your phone is turned to silent, that would be greatly appreciated. Thank you. So here we see the two Danes that are looking for positions on the podium for the commemorative medals. Katrina Wilson of Denmark just leading the way of a fellow Dane, Regitza Gard as well. Not much in it there, around a second. In terms of the English swimmers, it's Caitlin Bergin leading the way in lane 2, with Aliyah Mayweb of Exeter City in lane 6, and Hannah Trousdale just behind her in 7. And that's certainly a bout that will go all the way towards the finale, because the English swimmers at the moment all scattered around, particularly on the near side of the pool. So it's anyone's guess who's going to get there. But it certainly looks as though we'll be seeing later on Katrina Wilson and Regitza Gard back on the podium for the medal presentation of this event, if it stays like this, of course. But they're going for the commemorative 1-2, and it looks like they're well on course as well. Back towards the English battle, Caitlin Bergin in lane 2, and now in second place Maisie McCartney in lane 3, who's really sprang into life here, and there's a bit of water between those two and those behind them as well, as the rest slog it out for an English bronze. But up the front here we see Katrina Wilson of Denmark, who's absolutely blitzed the rest of the pool, and she's going to come in here and touch with a time of 2:11.23, commemorative gold and silver then for the Danes. But now it's time for the English gold, and that's gone to Maisie McCartney of Thanet Swim. Hannah Trousdale silver, and Alia May Webb has got bronze. We'll just wait for confirmation of that. Not exactly sure at the moment exactly where that bronze may have gone there out of the English contingent. There's the confirmation of those results. So McCartney from Trousdale from Bergen is your top English three, with Wilson and Gard the commemorative gold and silver.
We move on to our next event, ladies and gentlemen. It's the turn of the boys. Please welcome to poolside the athletes for the men's 13-14 years 200 metres butterfly final. In 0 from City of Salford, Max Adams. In 1 from Boldmere, Oliver Carlos. In 2 from Borough of Stockton, Jacob Elwell. In 3 from City of Salford, Joseph Stout. In 4 from North Cornwall, Shay Brent. In 5 from Wickham District, Jan Poulton. In 6 from City of Coventry, Niall Connell. In 7 from Sheffield City, Barney Howarth Osborne. In 8 from Altrincham, Alexander Lamb. And in 9 from Wolverhampton, Jack Haynes. This is the men's 13-14 years 200 metres butterfly final.
So we've had the 5 female finals in the 200 metre butterfly. Now it's time for the men, 5 times over in the different age categories. Starting with the 13-14 years old. It's been a very balanced start in the first quarter of this. We look around at some of the contenders, and Shay Brent of North Cornwall earlier on getting a PB of 2:16.89, and over a second clear of nearest rival Jan Poulton of Wickham District, lining up in lane 5. Quite a few PBs scattered around the pool. In fact, the only one who didn't manage to get a lifetime best this morning was Niall Connell of City of Coventry in lane 6. So everyone raising their game this morning, which is very good to see indeed. Of course, if you like, the men are over the crest of this week. They've got their 1500 metre freestyle and the 800s as well out of the way, so they can focus now on the more meat and potato events between now and the end of this meet. Leading the way at the halfway point, Shay Brent of North Cornwall. Second position being held by Niall Connell of City of Coventry in lane 6, who's looking very sprite at the moment. Just to his right-hand side, Jan Poulton of Wickham District. He was 5th at the turn at halfway, but he's really making up sufficient ground now and jostling shoulder to shoulder with Poulton one side and Brent the other. In fact, it's Connell to his left-hand side in lane 6. But who's going to make that turn first for the final time? Still, it's Shay Brent leading the way for North Cornwall. And Niall Connell now has managed to leapfrog Jan Poulton. So this is going to be another close finish in this one with 30 metres to go. We keep mentioning the 3 in lanes 4, 5 and 6, but you can't rule anyone else out either. The leader of the chasing pack seems to be Josie Stout of City of Salford in lane 3, who was 5th around 40 metres ago. But he's not got much time to turn it around, although Shay Brent is beginning to flag here. And at the front, Jan Poulton is pulling away. And this is one heck of a change around at the front, and he has won the gold. 2:15.92 for Jan Poulton, who shows you never know who's quite won it right to the death. Niall Connell silver, and Joseph Stout has stolen the bronze.
Time for our next event, ladies and gentlemen. Please welcome to poolside the athletes for the men's 15 years, 200 metres butterfly final. In 0 from City of Bradford, Archie Minto. In 1 from Richmond Dale, Thomas Eddy. In 2 from Sevenoaks, Aidan McMillan. In 3 from Barnstaple, Joshua Gammon. In 4 from Watford, Devesh Kapoor. In 5 from Hatfield, Joshua Bridgeland. In 6 from Amersham, Ellis Morgan. In 7 from Teddington, Edward Hunt. In 8 from Exeter City, Samuel Arrowsmith. And in 9 from Winsford, Jay Cushion. This is the men's 15 years, 200 metres butterfly final.
Nine PBs achieved this morning from this set of 10. The one exception, Jay Cushion in lane 9, and he got a season's best as well of 2:17.27. So again, another set of swimmers really punching with their weight into the next level here as they've come onto the national stage. And again, fantastic to see that. No matter what the result of this race is, it's another event that these swimmers can tick off and say that they've come to a national meet and managed to swim their best ever time in this event. But of course, when there's a goal at the end of it all, you do want to go and grab it, but only one of them can do that. And up towards the halfway point, we're beginning to approach now. Aidan McMillan of Sevenoaks in front, at level really, with Edward Hunt in lane 7 of Teddington, and a late arrival in Devesh Kapoor in lane 4 as well for Watford. So leading is Edward Hunt in lane 7, and then McMillan second, and third is actually Jay Cushion, where it looked like Kapoor was there just ahead of him, but 0.04 of a second the difference between Cushion and Kapoor there at the halfway point. Again, another example of just how tight these races are proving to be. Usually with the 200 metre you do get it to be a case where quite a few start to drop off and you just emerge to 1 or 2 at the front, but that's not really happened in many of our races so far, and we've had quite a lot of them. There's still a few more to come as well, so there's going to be a lot more drama in the next few moments, and this race looks like it may provide it as well. Edward Hunt in lane 7 from Teddington, still the one leading the way, but it's not by a clear margin at all, is it? As they come towards the 25 metre boys. In 4 and 3, you've got Kapoor and Gammon battling away with 25 metres to go. Lane 5, Joshua Bridgeland of Hatfield trying to jostle himself into that position as well. Hunt is running away with this one, and the rest are going to have to battle for silver and bronze. Kapoor, Gammon and Bridgeland are going for it. At the front, Edward Hunt will touch, and silver will be Kapoor's. Gammon on the bronze. Again, some ecstatic parents on the far side. Edward Hunt for Teddington on 2:11.2 wins it. It's a big PB, that by the way, by a clear 5 seconds. Kapoor second. Also getting a PB, as does Gammon, as he gets bronze.
Time then for our next event, ladies and gentlemen. Please welcome to poolside the athletes for the men's 16 years, 200 metres butterfly final. In 0 from City of Oxford, George Rudd. In 1 from City of Peterborough, Henry Pearce. In 2 from City of Oxford, Maximilian Bocciato. In 3 from Wickham District, Joshua Williams. In 4 from Winsford, Finn Armitt. In 5, also from Winsford, Ethan Wright. In 6 from Pershaw, Christopher Vizard. In 7 from City of Oxford, Kenji McDade. In 8 from Preston, Jack Howard. And in 9 from City of Derby, Luke Skelding. This is the men's 16 years, 200 metres butterfly.
Well, what an electric way to start the evening so far had in these 200-metre butterfly events. Thought it'd be good after the heats we had this morning, but not quite on this level. The swimmers, these athletes, really taking it to a whole new level tonight. Great atmosphere in the stands and really good atmosphere on poolside as well is probably contributing to that. Swimmers feeling very confident as they take the plunge into the water and attack these races. Long may that continue, and it looks like it may continue as well as we tick towards halfway. Got lanes 5 and 60. Bright orange and the yellow caps there of Ethan Wright and Christopher Vizard, respectively, who will be touching the wall first at this point, with Wright leading the way, then Vizard in second, Finn Armitt in lane 4, occupying third. So provisionally a Winsford 1-3 at halfway, but certainly there's a lot in there trying to mix those two up and disrupt the party. Joshua Williams of Wickham District in lane 3 is one of them. Vizard's still up there towards the top. There's a couple just curving around the side of the central 4 or 5, such as Maximilian Bocciato in 2. It looks like he may be a bit out of reach, but still there's a possibility there. Kenji McDade in 7 as well, but it's all about this turn here that Joshua Williams has made really well after a strong final end to that last length. So Joshua Williams here is now the man to beat, and we said they needed a good turn, those on the outer lanes, and Henry Pearce has got that in lane 1 of City of Peterborough. Is he a dark horse going into the final 25 metres? Still the usual suspects up there as well. Finn Armitt in lane 4, Ethan Wright in 5, the Winsford pairing. Looks like one of them may miss out here, but look at this in lane 5 from Ethan Wright. You can't miss him in the orange cap. Is he going to get a gold medal and catch out Williams? No, by a matter of 400ths of a second. Well, Ethan Wright resurrecting his performance there with just metres to spare, and Williams just clings on. Finn Armitt caught in the middle of all that. It is a Winsford 2-3. At halfway it looked like a 1-3. It almost was at the end of it, but Joshua Williams with true resilience there to cling on for a gold medal.
Without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, we move into our next race. Please welcome the athletes to poolside for the men's 17 years, 200 metres butterfly fighting. In 0 from Camden Swiss Cottage, Alexander Borisov. In 1 from Stockport Metro, Harrison Brown. In 2 from City of Bradford, Samuel Wardle. In 3 from City of Sheffield, Simon Clement. In 4 from Warrington Warriors, Alex Watkinson. In 5 from Nova Centurion, Joshua Harris. In 6 from Guildford City, Ben Rowett. In 7 from Wickham District, Piers Bowden. In 8 from City of Bristol, Samuel Launton. And in 9 from City of Derby, Isaac von Finsel. This is the men's 17 years, 200 metres butterfly final.
And they go once more. It's an even start. And once more. It's just fractions of a second splitting them after the quarter stage. Alex Watkinson of Warrington, who has got 2 silvers so far from this week in the 50 back and the 200 IM. Is he going to get his maiden gold? He managed to do that 2 years ago here at Ponds Forge in the 200 fly. That was when he was back in the 13-14 year age group. We're quite a bit on from that now, but not good enough at the moment to at least have a podium position with Joshua Harris close by with him. This is probably the most dominant first 100 we have seen so far out of all the butterfly finals we have seen tonight from our English swimmers. Joshua Harris of Noah Centurion then tucked into second. The pool now really beginning to spread out, and there's some really aggressive ways of attacking this race. Ben Rowett of Guildford City, one of them in lane 6, really clawing his way through the water, as is Samuel Lawton of City of Bristol as well, but difficult to tell from this angle as they come towards the wall exactly who is where. But we know where Alex Watkinson is, turning clearly in first with 50 metres to go. Joshua Harris second place. It's Simon Clement of City of Sheffield who's third, but look at that turn from Harrison Brown of Stockport Metro in lane 1. We didn't even consider him for the bronze medal, but now he may be within the shout of a silver into the final 25 metres, and the battle is on with Clement in the red cap for City of Sheffield in 3. In lane 5 for Joshua Harris, and also Harrison Brown as well, but Alex Watkinson, comfortable goal for him with a PB, 2:05.42. Harris in second, and Clement does get third by a tenth of a second. Well, fair play to Alex Watkinson, because we've seen a lot of finals tonight that are tight. It takes a lot to dominate it the way he did, and he did as well. His first gold of the week for Warrington.
Time for our next event then, ladies and gentlemen. Please welcome to poolside the athletes for the men's 18 years and over 200 metres butterfly fight. In 0 from Plymouth Leander, Sean Gray. In 1 from Bath University, Matthew Wright. In 2 from City of Cambridge, Hugo Bellamy. In 3 from Mount Kelly, Thomas Brew. In 4 from Wigan Bess, Harley Beaches. In 5 from Beckenham, Luke Gunning. In 6 from Wickham District, George Mann. In 7 from Soundwell, Daniel Ahmed. In 8 from City of Leeds, Jacob Butterfield. And in 9 from City of Oxford, Christopher Mother. This is the men's 18 years and over 200 metres butterfly fight.
Yeah, it's a bit of a shame actually. This is our 10th and final 200 metre butterfly final because we've had so many good ones over the course of the night already. What a way to kick us off. Time has absolutely flown by in this evening session already, and it's because of this event and the performances that have been put on. But the action still continues afterwards. We have the 50 metre breaststroke following this with the men after the women. And a bit more fly coming up with the multi-class as well after the victory ceremony. So still a lot to come in the first half of the night before we have our first set of medals giving out. And how deserved those medal winners have been over the course of the night so far. Holly Beeches here of Wigan Best doing the first half of that race under a minute, the only one to do so, 59.71 his time. Earlier today he recorded 2:07.69, so already set for a better time than that. It was his PB as well. And he did manage to pick up a bronze medal in this event last year, as well as the gold medal in the 200 freestyle. But he's been knocked out of top position now by Thomas Brew in lane 3 from Mount Kelly. Hugo Bellamy floating up there as well in lane 2 for City of Cambridge. Usually someone springs a surprise in the final 50 as well with a decent turn off the wall. Is anyone going to do that on this occasion? Matthew Wright threatened to do so in lane 1, but he's a little bit behind that. And you've got that trio there in 2, 3 and 4. Hugo Bellamy of City of Cambridge, Thomas Brew of Mount Kelly, and Harley Beeches as well, who's had his lead completely taken away from him now. And the battle is in front of him between Brew and Bellamy. And Brew looks like he's done it, but Bellamy has done it instead. Unbelievable. Well, that was mightily close between Bellamy and Brew. Beeches has missed out completely on the top 3 because Matthew Wright was so good in that back 50, just as we suspected he might be. .53 between gold and bronze. They are the fine margins, and very fine margins indeed. See Hugo Bellamy pick up gold for City of Cambridge.
Time then for our next event, ladies and gentlemen, as we head to the para swimmers. Please welcome the athletes to poolside for the men's multi-classification 200 metres freestyle final. In 0 from Littlehampton, Joseph Greaves. In 1 from Blackpool Aquatics, Ryan Potter. In 2 from Kingston upon Hull, Owen Garsides. In 3 from Brompton, George Eldridge. In 4 from Cockermouth, Evan Holt. In 5 from City of Coventry, Joshua Fairchild. In 6 from Scarborough, Angus Leckenby. In 7 from City of Oxford, Christopher Curry. In 8 from Orpington, Billy Birchmore. And in 9 from Marlborough, Peter Harper. This is the men's multi-classification 200 metres freestyle final.
As we go to our para swimmers for the first time tonight, all these swimmers in the S14 classification. So yes, we're still going on the multi-class format, but they're all in the same category, should I say, and they're all going towards the same world record. So really, we can just look at who's the fastest swimmer out of this. Of course, as we mentioned, that our para swimmers going to Dublin in a week or so for the European Para Swimming Championships. We've also got the European Championships going off in Glasgow as well, and myself and Steve keeping tabs on what's going off there north of the border. And Britain have won their first medal in the pool. Hannah Miley winning bronze in the 400 IM, with Amy Wilmot just behind her in 4th position. And of course Adam Peaty will be back in the pool in around 20 minutes time as well, so we'll make sure we bring you up to date with that semi-final in the 100-metre breaststroke. We're back to the pool here, and we've got an interesting battle coming into this. Even Evan Holt in 4 and Joshua Fairchild in 5, separated earlier by a 500ths of a second, which resulted in a gap of 1 multi-class point. And of course, you can have 2 different times, but the same multi-class points here. And if that happens, then the medal will have to be shared. That's the way it works. And that is a possibility as we come towards the final turn of this one, with Evan Holt of Cockermouth turning in front of Joshua Fairchild, and that little battle looks like it's going to reignite perhaps, but also trying to join it is George Eldridge in lane 3 of Brompton. This is a real battle between those 3 going into the final 25. Just on the periphery of them is Angus Leckenby as Scarborough in lane 6. He was 4th and he still is as well, despite the attention of Owen Garsides in lane 2. It dwindles towards the front 3, they seemingly, as they come towards the front, and Evan Holt looks like he's got enough daylight between him and everyone else. 6-1-3 the points, and it's enough to win it. 589 for Joshua Fairchild in second, and 576 for George Eldridge. And George Eldridge has got bronze with that as well. But really impressive score that from Evan Holt. As we said, if you get around the 1,000 mark, you're looking at a world record. Evan Holt there with a score that was good enough, really, to enter him for last week's British Swimming Summer Championship. So, top stuff that from Evan Holt. As we say, Fairchild in second, Eldridge in third, and for the first time tonight it feels like we've got a bit of a breather, because very shortly we will be switching ends for the women's 50-metre breaststroke. Then we'll have the men, and then we'll have our first set of medal presentations tonight. We said it'd be fast and furious. We weren't lying when we said that, and it's been a fantastic first hour here at Ponds Forge tonight on day 4 of this Swim England National Summer Meet. Waiting for confirmation of that previous result on the scoreboard as well, just as we gear up for that change of ends. And there we have them, Holt from Fairchild from Eldridge, top 3 on the screen now. Big well done to those medalists, and we'll be seeing them a little bit later on. Hashtag SC Swimming is where you've been getting involved with us again tonight. Will says good luck to all the swimmers from Boss, from Will and Robbie. Donna says tune you on Sam Arrowsmith, because he's just gone in the pool. Megan says well done to all the Skipton Swimming Club swimmers this week. You have all worked hard and deserve to be where you are. And I think those sentiments can be echoed for a lot of the clubs that are here, big or small, at the Swim England National Summer Meet 2018. And also we're running that competition as well for the Tia Mesh bags. A really good prize on offer. Winner from West Norfolk the other day, I'm sure will concur with that, but he's unable to speak at the moment. He's so hoarse after shouting for the Purple Army over the course of the week. But in order to be in that competition, all you have to do is tweet us on hashtag SC Swimming with your favourite memory of the week. Eddie says, huge good luck to my little cousin, of course, Alicia Kelly, earlier on in the under-16 200-metre butterfly. Well, bit of a prophet is Edie, because she says, you've got this, and she did as well. And she'll be back out with the medal presentation in the not-too-distant future. Also, a tweet coming in from South Croydon as well in the last few minutes. Fantastic PB for Sean Gray in the 205 final, 209 9-1 tonight and swims into 7th in the 18 years and over. Terrific. Well done, Sean. Tiverton says Sam swims another PB in the 200 fly final this evening. Great racing and finishes in a fantastic 6th. Just a reminder to our coaches as well that they're, as we said, just at the start of this evening's session, there is a revised timeline for tonight's session available from the coaches kiosk. And if you were unavailable to get that, if you can now, that would be great. And also if our swimmers for the women's 50-metre breaststroke could make their way to the calling point, that would be greatly appreciated. Thank you. Kirsty tweeting in, yes, Isaac of City of Derby, a club record in the 200 fly for him. Big well done. I certainly heard the cries of "Come on, Isaac" at the start of that 200 fly race coming from the far side. Lots of support coming tonight in venue and on the live stream as well. Don't forget, wherever you're watching, do make sure you tweeted #SE Swimming. Who are you looking forward to seeing tonight? Who are you wanting to congratulate already from this evening's session? And where you are watching from. This is just an announcement for Sevenoaks' Imogen Stoddart. If you are planning on going in the next race, please make your way to the marshalling area as soon as possible, please. That's Imogen Stoddart of Sevenoaks to the marshalling area. Thank you.
Well, it has been a wonderful summer meet so far. We hope you're all enjoying it, ladies and gentlemen. Our penultimate day of competition. We do have one more day tomorrow, and we're looking forward to seeing you all here again on the Saturday. We're expecting some big old crowds. And without further ado, ladies and gents, it is time to go with our next event. So please, let's make some noise as we welcome to poolside the athletes for the women's 12-13 years, 50 metres breaststroke final. In 0 from Royal Wolverhampton School, Erin Hull. In 1 from Sevenoaks, Imogen Stoddart. In 2 from Millfield, Grace Olding. In 3 from Felixstowe, Beth Young. In 4 from City of Bradford, Hermione Rowe. In 5 from Guildford City, Constance Mortimer. In 6 from Tiverton, Jodie Dilks. In 7 from Croydon, Ava Kelly. In 8 from Borough of Barnsley, Georgia Lee. And in 9 from Worley Wasps, Jessie Lee Jens. This is the women's 12-13 years, 50 metres breaststroke final.
So just another reminder to coaches that there is another coaches timetable available for tonight's session at the coaches kiosk if you were unable to collect that earlier on tonight. So away we go then. Bit of a breather for you, ladies and gents, but you're straight back into the thick of it now with the women's 12-13 years 50-metre breaststroke. And what a final we've got on offer here in lane 4. Hermione Rowe of City of Bradford is more or less level here with Jodie Dilks of Tiverton as they come into the final throws. It is the City of Bradford swimmer touching in first, 34.23, just over half a second in front of Jodie Dilks. Big happy birthday to her dad once again. He'll be smiling right now. And Constance Mortimer of Guildford gets the bronze. Confirmation of those results then. Hermione Rowe winning that one for City of Bradford. Dilks second and Mortimer in third.
Ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, it is time for our next event. This is the women's 14 years, 50 metres breaststroke final. Please welcome the athletes to poolsides. In lane 0 from Dereham, Molly Monk. In 1 from Stockport Metro, Martha Lees. In 2 from City of Cambridge, Polly Fish. In 3 from Southport, Alyssa McElroy. In 4 from City of Derby, Liberty Bateman Arkinstall. In 5 from Mount Kelly, Amelia Riggett. In 6 from Stockport Metro, Amy West. In 7 from Chesterfield, Sophie Baker. In 8 from City of Leicester, Macy Norton. And in 9 from Weston-super-Mare, Amelia Morris. This is the women's 14 years, 50 metres breaststroke final.
Take your mark.
Couple of PBs in there this morning for Martha Lees in lane 1 and Polly Fish in lane 2. But certainly, although the swimmers in there that weren't too far away from that, may have even matched it this morning. Already got into the final 25 metres, and a real quick pace about the way. With Amelia Riggett of Mount Kelly is attacking as the 13-year-old alongside Liberty Bateman. Arkinstall as well, but it's Riggett who, if she continues at this pace, is going to win this one. She's got a bit of clear water and she's going to get the gold. 34.5, 1900ths of a second ahead of Liberty Bateman Arkinstall. Third for Alyssa McElroy. There's your top three on the scoreboard there. Regatt from Bateman Arkinstall from West.
Time then for our next event, ladies and gentlemen. Please welcome to poolside the athletes for the women's 15 years, 50 metres breaststroke final. In 0 from Wisbech, Beth Dennis. In 1 from City of Oxford, Millie Tomlin-Davis. In 2 from Team Ipswich, Annabelle Burgess. In 3 from Guernsey, Laura Lacroix. In 4 from York City, Emily Robson. In 5 from Rushmore Royals, Ella Holdway. In 6 from Maxwell, Elena Cogan. In 7 from Hillingdon, Eleanor Williams. In 8 from Skipton, Paige Fenton. And in 9 from Haventon Waterlooville, Lucy Pears. This is the women's 15 years, 50 metres breaststroke final.
Take your marks.
Coming up to 25 metres, this is where you can start to get a fair analysis of what's transpiring in the pool. And lane 3, Laura Lacroix of Guernsey is starting to really get in full motion. Just to her right-hand side, Emily Robson of York City, fastest qualified for this with a season best of 34.39, looking good as well. In lane 7, Eleanor Williams up towards the front. Laura Lacroix has done it though. 34.07, 300ths the distance this time between first and second. Eleanor Williams with the bronze. Confirmation of those results on the scoreboard. Lacroix already getting a silver this week in the 50 free. And she's got a gold in the 50 breast. Well done to her.
Ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, it is time for our next event. Please welcome to poolside the athletes for the women's 16 years, 50 metres breaststroke final. In lane 0 from Melton Mowbray, Clarice Ellingworth. In 1 from Mount Kelly, Louise Edmonds. In 2 from Gateshead and Wickham, Zoe Price. In 3 from Crawley, Frankie Phillips. In 4 from Basildon and Phoenix, Vayuna Petraitite. In 5 from Wirral Metro, Georgia Heitner. In 6 from Shelbourne Storm, Alice Holloway. In 7 from Stockport Metro, Charlotte Hume. In 8 from Gateshead and Wickham, Sarah March. And in 9 from Shelbourne Storm, Phoebe Kelman-Johns. This is the women's 16 years, 50 metres breaststroke final.
your mouth.
Great rules again coming from those on the far side. Still a lot of energy in those tanks. What about in the pool as well? Well, it looks like there is. And Alex Holloway of Sherborne is showing a good bit of form at the moment. Lane 5, you've got Georgia Heitner of Wirral Metro, and also in 4, the Union Petra Taita of Basildon and Phoenix as they come in as a 3 towards the wall. That's where the medals will stay. And it's Petra Taita with the gold. 3.76. Georgia Heitner getting the silver there for Wirral Metro. And finishing in 3rd and 4th, Sherborne Storm. Alice Holloway pipping her teammate Phoebe Kelman-Johns to that bronze by half a second.
Time then, without further ado, for our next event, ladies and gentlemen. Please welcome the athletes to poolside for the women's 17 years and over 50 metres breaststroke final. In 0 from Strat Sharks, Isabel Callahan. In 1 from Guildford City, Lucy Moores. In 2 from Chelsea and Westminster, Pixie Lala Klazitsky. In 3 from City of Cambridge, Catherine Lovies. In 4 from Denmark, Josefina Pedersen. In 5 from Daventio XL, Bethan Thomas. In 6 from Hatfield, Laura Copping. In 7 from Hastings, Jodie Shoesmith. In 8 from City of Norwich, Jana Spinner. And in 9 from Crawley, Sophie Croydon-Kempster. This is the women's 17 years and over 50 metres breaststroke final.
Take your mouth.
Good start in lane 4. Josefina Pedersen of Denmark. Denmark already claiming. Women's 200 flight. Oh, the gold and a silver. And it looks like Josefina Pedersen trying to add to that as well. She's done well in the breaststroke so far this week. She's got the 100 and the 200 title. She's got the 50 as well. Now how about the English swimmers? Bethan Thomas in first, then Laura Copping, and then Catherine Lovies of City of Cambridge. Very much a central lane affair, very much a race that went to form. Pedersen first, then Thomas leading out of the English swimmers, Copping and Lovies will be joining them on the podium.
And without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, we do move straight on into our next event. Please welcome to poolside the athlete for the men's 13-14 years, 50 metres breaststroke final. In 0 from Watford, Benjamin Green. In 1 from Bolton Metro, Jake Reynolds. In 2 from City of Derby, John Vasilev Netzler. In 3 from Team Jorvik, Aidan Fothergill. In 4 from Enfield Swim Squad, Sam Cornish. In 5 from Thurrock, Harrison Jarvis. In 6 from Harlow Penguin, Alessandro Rioda. In 7 from Haringey, Max Green. In 8 from City of Milton Keynes, Rafe Dobson. And in 9 from City of Norwich, Olivier Vedren. This is the men's 13-14 years, 50 metres breaststroke final.
Take your mark.
And off we go. And while this 50-metre breaststroke transpires over in Glasgow in the 100-metre breaststroke, the first semi-finals just got underway and finished with James Wilby winning his semi-final. Big well done to him, but who can get first in this 50 breast here? And you've got two contenders in 7 and 4. It looks like Max Green in lane 7 maybe. No, it's Cornish in 4. 900ths of a second the difference. Just how we started the night. Cornish top then on 31.92. Green second for silver. Harrison Jarvis picks up the bronze.
Ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, it is now time for our next event. So please welcome the athletes to poolside for the men's 15 years, 50 metres breaststroke final. In 0 from Stokesley, Simon Dryden. In 1 from Beachfield, Brandon Harris. In 2 from Bromley, Pravin Mahendra Kumar. In 3 from Wantage, Geo Ratuli. In 4 from St Felix School, Finn Jeffrey. In 5 from City of Derby, Joe Bagley. In 6 from Watford, Lewis Shaler. In 7 from St Austell, Angus Nile. In 8 from Dulwich Dolphins, Theodore Thompson. In 9 from West Suffolk, Henry King. This is the men's 15 years, 50 metres breaststroke final.
Take your mark.
There we go. Pravin Mahendra Kumar in lane 2 of Bromley. He won this event last year in the age group below. We haven't seen much of him this week, but he featured quite a bit in the British Swimming Summer Championships last week. Not the best start for him though. Instead it's lanes 3 and 4. Gio Ratuli of Wantage White Horses and Finn Jeffrey of St Felix School respectively, who are going for this directly down the middle, and it looks like it's Jeffrey with the advantage, and it is Jeffrey who will top the podium. 31.2 the winning time, 0.31 ahead of Gio Ratuli. And Joe Bagley bags a bronze by a slither ahead of Theodore Thompson, just 100th of a second in it.
Time then, without further ado, for our next event, ladies and gentlemen. Please welcome to poolside the athletes for the men's 16 years, 50 metres breaststroke final. In 0 from Plymouth Leander, Joseph Thompson. In 1 from Beckenham, Andrew Rowlands. In 2 from City of Norwich, Mal Staff. In 3 from Barnstaple, Tyler Weatherly. In 4 from Enfield, Richard Farthing. In 5 from Warrington Warriors, Daniel Kinsella. In 6 from Newport, Alexander Meyer. In 7 from York City, Marcus Walker. In 8 from Burnley Bobcats, Dakota Ravatali. And in 9 from Northampton, Jackson O'Rourke. This is the men's 16 years, 50 metres breaststroke final.
Take your mark.
Rapid Glasgow, Adam Peaty has just had his semi-final as well and won it. That means Adam Peaty and James Wilby are the top 2 qualifiers for that European Championship 100-metre breaststroke final. So fingers crossed for them. Right then, here in this final, and we've got 3 or 4 up there, and once again it's the central lanes. A lot of these finals going to form. Tyler Weatherly in 3, Daniel Kinsella in 5, and Alexander Meyer in particular up for it. And it's Kinsella that's got there. 400ths ahead of Tyler Weatherly, and Alexander Meyer joins them on the podium as well. PB for Kinsella as he gets the gold medal there. PB for Weatherly as well, and Meyer makes it a hat-trick. Those 3 we'll see very shortly in the medal presentations.
Without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, it is now time for our next event. Please welcome the athletes to poolside for the men's 17 years, 50 metres breaststroke final. In 0 from Harrogate, Joseph Moore. In 1 from Hales Owen, Ryan Larkin. In 2 from Plymouth Leander, Hayden Woolley. In 3 from City of Liverpool, Jack Roberts. In 4 from Thanet Swim, Alexander Boyd. In 5 from Winsford, William Murray. In 6 from City of Leeds, Jake Lambert. In 7 from Mount Kelly, Lewis Smart. In 8 from Wickham District, Charles Rayner. And in 9 from Sherwood, Owen Ottaway. This is the men's 17 years, 50 metres breaststroke final.
Take your mark.
All but 2 of these 10 managing to secure personal best earlier on today. And another great final in store. We have Alexander Boyd in lane 4 from Thanet Swim, who got a silver medal in the 100-metre breaststroke earlier on this week. He's gunning for gold here, getting a bronze in that race was Charles Rayner in lane 8, and they're both going for the gold medal here as well. But Lewis Smart in lane 7 and Mount Kelly looks like he's doing okay with Alexander Boyd alongside him, and Boyd has beaten him by 0.15 of a second. Boyd, Smart and Lambert, your top 3. Confirmation of those results up on the scoreboard then. Again, a really close final. 8 of those swimmers getting under 31 seconds. Half a second, splitting first from 7th.
Great final, and hopefully another one in the pipeline, ladies and gentlemen. Please welcome the athletes to poolside for our next race, the men's 18 years and over 50 metres breaststroke final. In 0 from Guildford City, Sergio Chete. In 1 from Abingdon Vale, Harry James. In 2 from Denmark, Mikael Gadgaard. In 3 from City of Peterborough, Thomas Wiggins. In 4 from Denmark, Philip Graver. In 5 from Portsmouth North Sea, Neil Redmond. In 6 from Loughborough University, Joshua Thompson. In 7 from Belper Marlins, Joshua Horrobin. In 8 from Chesterfield, Jack Blair. And in 9 from City of Cambridge, Benjamin Arkle. This is the men's 18 years and over 50 metres breaststroke final.
Take your marks.
Thomas Wiggins going in lane 3 for City of Peterborough, got a PB this morning of 29.38. He also celebrated his 19th birthday yesterday, and a couple of years ago here he did get the gold medal in this event. And in the 18 years and over, there's a whole new set of contenders older than him, and he's trying to put his wits against them. It's going to be tight between the English swimmers. The bursting in front is Denmark's Philip Graver, and he looks like he's going to get the commemorative gold medal. Where are the rest of them going? Redmond has managed to get there. Mikael Gadgaard has got commemorative bronze. The rest of the English swimmers on the podium will be Thompson and Wiggins, but we will wait for confirmation of that. So Graver, Redmond, Gadgaard, Thompson and Wiggins will all be on the podium, with Graver and Gadgaard getting the commemorative medals and Redmond, Thompson and Wiggins on there for the English medals. And those medal presentations will be coming up very shortly. Our first batch of presentations will be coming up in the not too distant future at all. And after that, we've still got a lot of action coming your way. We've got the multi-class 100 metre butterfly final, then the women's 100 backstroke, followed by the men. And then to see us out for the evening will be the women's 100 freestyle. Already coming towards the back end of the evening session.
But as Jonathan mentioned, it is time for some medal ceremonies, ladies and gentlemen. So please welcome the victory ceremony for the women's 200 metres butterfly. Please welcome the presentation party, the Swim England President, Richard Whitehead, and the Swim England Regional President from the North East, Christine Golightly, and the South West, Paul Robbins. The winners of the bronze medals. In the 12-13 years category, representing Nova Centurion, Kate Morris. In the 14 years category, representing City of Liverpool, Lois Keys. And in the 15 years category, representing Portsmouth North Sea, Kate Baxter. The winners of the silver medals. In the 12-13 years category, representing Ellesmere College Titans, Henrietta Damassa. In the 14 years category, representing City of Birmingham, Lauren Knight. And in the 15 years category, representing Dulwich Dolphins, Francis New. the winners of the Swim England National Summer Meet 2018 gold medals. In the 12-13 years category, representing Royal Wolverhampton School, Chloe Harris. In the 14 years category, representing Winsford, Isabel Kay. And in the 15 years category, representing Thanet Swim, Maria Evans. Ladies and gentlemen, let's hear it one more time for your medalists. Ladies and gentlemen, the victory ceremony for the women's 200 metres butterfly. The winners of the bronze medals. In the 16 years category, representing Camden Swiss Cottage, Drew Dill. In the 17 years and over category, representing Mount Kelly, Caitlin Bergin. The winners of the silver medals. In the 16 years category, representing Bassett Law, Mia Hunt. In the 17 years and over category, representing Loftus Dolphins, Hannah Trousdale. And receiving the commemorative silver medal, representing Denmark, Brigitte Gard. The winners of the Swim England National Summer Meet 2018 gold medals. In the 16 years category, representing Brompton, Alicia Kelly. In the 17 years and over category, representing Thanet Swim, Maisie McCartney. And receiving the commemorative gold medal, representing Denmark, Katrina Buch-Verlessen. Ladies and gentlemen, let's hear it one more time for your medalists. Ladies and gentlemen, the medal ceremony for the men's 200 metres butterfly. The winners of the bronze medals. In the 13-14 years category, representing City of Salford, Joseph Stout. In the 15 years category, representing Barnstaple, Joshua Gammon. And in the 16 years category, representing Winsford, Finn Armitt. Winners of the silver medals. In the 13-14 years category, representing City of Coventry, Niall Connell. In the 15 years category, representing Watford Swimming Club, Devesh Kapoor. And in the 16 years category, representing Winsford, Ethan Wright. The winners of the Swim England National Summer Meet 2018 gold medals. In the 13-14 years category, representing Wickham District, Jan Poulton. In the 15 years category, representing Teddington, Edward Hunt. And in the 16 years category, representing Wickham District, Joshua Williams. Ladies and gentlemen, let's hear it once more for your medalists. Ladies and gentlemen, the victory ceremony for the men's 200 metres butterfly. The winners of the bronze medals. In the 17 years category, representing City of Sheffield, Simon Clemens. And in the 18 years and over category, representing Bath University, Matthew Wright. The winners of the silver medals. In the 17 years category, representing Nova Centurion, Joshua Harris. And in the 18 years and over category, representing Mount Kelly, Thomas Brew. The winners of the Swim England National Summer Meet 2018 gold medals. In the 17 years category, representing Warrington Warriors, Alex Watkinson. And in the 18 years and over category, representing City of Cambridge, Hugo Bellamy. Ladies and gentlemen, let's hear it one more time for your medalists. Ladies and gentlemen, the victory ceremony for the men's multi-classification 200 metres freestyle. The winner of the bronze medal. Representing Brompton, George Eldridge. The winner of the silver medal. Representing City of Coventry, Joshua Fairchild. And the winner of the Swim England National Summer Meet 2018 gold medal. Representing Cockermouth, Evan Holt. Ladies and gentlemen, let's hear it one more time for your medalists. Ladies and gentlemen, the victory ceremony for the women's 50 metres breaststroke. The winners of the bronze medals. In the 12-13 years category, representing Guildford City, Constance Mortimer. In the 14 years category, representing Stockport Metro, Amy West. And in the 15 years category, representing Hillingdon, Eleanor Williams. The winners of the silver medals. In the 12-13 years category, representing Tiverton, Jodie Dilks. And in the 14 years category, representing City of Derby, Liberty Bateman Arkansas. In the 15 years category, representing York City Baths, Emily Robson. The winners of the Swim England National Summer Meet 2018 gold medals. In the 12-13 years category, representing City of Bradford, Hermione Rowe. In the 14 years category, representing Mount Kelly, Amelia Riggett. And in the 15 years category, representing Guernsey, Laura Lacroix. Ladies and gentlemen, let's hear it one more time for all of our medalists. Ladies and gentlemen, the victory ceremony for the women's 50 metres breaststroke. The winners of the bronze medals. In the 16 years category, representing Sherborne Storm, Alice Holloway. In the 17 years and over category, representing City of Cambridge, Catherine Lovies. Winners of the silver medals. In the 16 years category, representing Wirral Metro, Georgina Heitner. In the 17 years and over category, representing Hatfield, Laura Copping. The winners of the Swim England National Summer Meet 2018 gold medals. In the 16 years category, representing Basildon and Phoenix, Vayuna Petraitita. In the 17 years Nova category, representing Daventure XL, Bethan Thomas. And receiving the commemorative gold medal, representing Denmark, Josefina Pedersen. Ladies and gentlemen, let's hear it one more time for our medalists. Ladies and gentlemen, the victory ceremony for the men's 50 metres breaststroke. Winners of the bronze medals. In the 13-14 year category, representing Thurrock, Harrison Jarvis. In the 15 years category, representing City of Derby, Joe Bagley. And in the 16 years category, representing Newport Pagnell, Alexander Meyer. The winners of the silver medals. In the 13-14 years category, representing Haringey, Max Green. In the 15 years category, representing Wantage, Geo Ritzuli. And in the 16 years category, representing Barnstaple, Tyler Weatherly. The winners of the Swim England National Summer Meet 2018 gold medals. In the 13-14 years category, representing Enfield, Sam Cornish. In the 15 years category, representing St Felix School, Finn Jeffrey. And in the 16 years category, representing Warrington Warriors, Daniel Kinsella. Ladies and gentlemen, one more time for your medalists. Ladies and gentlemen, the victory ceremony for the men's 50 metres breaststroke. The winners of the bronze medals. In the 17 years category, representing City of Leeds, Jake Lambert. In the 18 years Nova category, representing City of Peterborough, Thomas Wiggins. And receiving the commemorative bronze medal, representing Denmark, Mikael Gardgaard. winners of the silver medals. In the 17 years category, representing Mount Kelly, Lewis Smart. And in the 18 years and over category, representing Loughborough University, Joshua Thompson. The winners of the Swim England National Summer Meet 2018 gold medals. In the 17 years category, representing Thanet Swim, Alexander Boyd. In the 18 years and over category, representing Portsmouth North Sea, Neil Redman. And receiving the commemorative gold medal, representing Denmark, Philip Graver. Ladies and gentlemen, let's hear it one more time for your medalists. And may we also please thank our presentation party.
So do make sure you keep your tweets coming in on what has been an action-packed night of action so far here in Ponds Forge. Quite a few of you have once again. Jay Main says a super gold in the 50 breast for Beth Thomas. Very proud, big lifetime best with some top process learning. Heat to the finals of Team Derby. And also a nice picture there of Connie with a coach Matt and a bronze medal for Guildford City tonight. Also a tweet coming in from Deventio Excel. Once again, Beth Thomas, an amazing gold for her with her lifetime best. Mark says, well done, our lovely boy, English 50 breaststroke champion, gold, 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 proud mum and dad. Not quite sure who that's about, but we can make that a generic one.
Time then for our next event, ladies and gentlemen. Please welcome the athletes to poolside for the women's multi-class 100 metres butterfly final. In 0 from Orion, Anna Binns. In 1 from Wickham District, Fern Yanu. In 2 from City of Derby, Megan Neve. In 3 from Borough of Kirklees, Aaliyah Bachakoglu. In 4 from Satellite, Eleanor Bamber. In 5 from Wickham District, Katie Crowhurst. In 6 from Warrington Warriors, Coral Farrell. In 7 from Wisbech, Anya Falkus. In 8 from Devonport, Abigail Daly. And in 9 from Northampton, Eliza Humphrey. This is the women's multi-class 100 metres butterfly final.
So there you go, it's a multi-class race featuring a whole range of different classifications going here from S10 to S14, so a lot of different times expected, a lot of little battles going on around the pool as well. But the main thing that these swimmers are aiming for is the most multi-class points at the end of it all in order to take away the top prize here tonight. And the lanes are seeded as ever in the multi-class by the times that we've got earlier. So the lanes, I say, not really an indication of where those medals could go. It really could be anyone in any one of these 10 lanes. So we see Katie Crowhurst in lane 5, Ella Bamber as well. Ella Bamber actually getting a season's best earlier on today of 1:22.47, which was agonisingly outside of her PB, which stands at 1:22.25. Katie Crowhurst, meanwhile, in lane 5 already this week has got a couple of goals under her belt with the 53 and the 100 free, but how will she do over the fly? Well, at the moment it's anyone's guess, because she's the only S13 in strong contention at the front at this stage. They're coming towards the touch. Here are the scores. Oh, it's really close. 4-7-3 for Megan Neve leading the way, and Alia Bachikoglu just 1 point ahead of Katie Crowhurst with her score of 4-6-1, which puts her second for the moment, and Crowhurst in third. But still we have swimmers coming in on the outside, and the first of our S12s will be coming in shortly. Will it be Anna Binns in 0 or Eliza Humphrey in lane 9, and will they get 460? They won't, and that means we know who our medalists are. And how close was it? Well, we're about to find out with the confirmation of the results in a couple of moments' time. Megan Neve then topping it with a PB and the most points, 4-7-3. Alia Bachikoglu with a big PB as well by almost 3 seconds, as she gets 4-6-1, and Katie Crowhurst, PB for her, and she gets 460 with bronze.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the athletes to poolside for the men's multi-class 100 metres butterfly final. In 0 from Orpington, Billy Birchmore. In 1 from Scarborough, Angus Leckenby. In 2 from Brompton, George Eldridge. In 3 from Cowan Alpha, James Edwards. In 4 from Leatherhead, Connor Ballard. In 5 from Hastings, Callum Pearson. In 6 from Kingston upon Hull, Owen Garsides. In 7 from City of Coventry, Joshua Fairchild. In 8 from Basildon and Phoenix, Rowan Brennan. And in 9 from Orion, Scott Hadley. This is the men's multi-class 100 metres butterfly final.
We've more of a breadth of classifications involved in this final, going from S8 now to S14. And once again, just like the women's race previously, all about those points. But some very nice stories in this one as well. Rowan Brennan in lane 8 from Basildon and Phoenix, just 12 years of age, going in the pool in the orange cap in the S9 classification. He's the only S9 swimmer, and likewise to Scott Hadley in lane 9, the S8 swimmer. No one else in the pool for them to be really swimming directly against, just them against the clock, and hoping that after it goes through the supercomputer they get enough of a score to challenge in the podium. But to get to this point anyway, past the heats, is good enough, you would imagine. So here they come in towards the wall, and who will have the most points at the end of this? 5-7-4, and then 6-10 from James Edwards of Carl Alpha. And that is going to be a very tricky score to beat. I would be surprised if that got matched, but it could. We'll see. And it's Scott Hadley who can change it, and he's got 3-4-3 James Edwards then on 610 points, topping that. 574 for Callum Pearson in second. And third going for Owen Garsides of Kingston upon Hull on 546. Confirmation of a DQ in that in lane 1, but confirmation of those results there. Edwards from Pearson from Garsides.
I'll just keep you abreast of what's happening elsewhere, well, around Europe really, with the swimming in the European Championships. Our great British team just missed out on a medal in the 4x1 freestyle, finishing in 4th place, agonisingly behind Denmark, our guests here, for the bronze medal. Congratulations though to the team. Vanna Hopkins, Maria O'Connor, Anna Faulkner and Freya Anderson on a great swim. We move on though to our next race, ladies and gentlemen, so please make some noise as we welcome our athletes to the poolside for the women's 12-13 years 100 metres backstroke final. In 0 from Plymouth Leander, Isabel Bryant. In 1 from Middlesbrough, Evie Dilly. In 2 from City of Salford, Hannah Camden. In 3 from Tynemouth, Libby Freeman. In 4 from Grantham, Yona Colbert. In 5 from Chesterfield, Amber Downham. In 6 from Colchester, Charlotte Norman. In 7 from Stowmarket, Sophie Lander. In 8 from Cossacks, Jessica Meller. And in 9 from Kingston upon Hull, Isabel Hextall. This is the women's 12-13 years, 100 metres, stroke final.
Take your marks.
And away we go as we crack on now with the 100 metre events, and that is how we will finish tonight. We've got the 10 backstroke finals to come, 5 in the women, 5 with the men, and then we finish with the women's 100 freestyle tonight. Could say we're on the home run in that respect, and it will certainly go by like a flash. Leading the way at the halfway point, Iona Colbert of Grantham. 107.28 was her time earlier on today. She was one of 6 swimmers in this pool to get a PB from the heats earlier on. Libby Freeman with a really good turn for time out. She's the youngest in the pool. She's only 11 years of age, turning 12 in November, and she's rubbing shoulders here with Colbert in 4, and also Amber Downham as well, who's already got a backstroke goal to her name from this week in the 50 event. What could she do over 100? It looks like it's been a strong last 50 from Amber Downham, and she comes towards the wall, her against Freeman. Freeman's done it. Youngest in the pool, loudest fan in the audience, and fastest time in the final, 107.23. 500ths ahead of Amber Downham and Iona Colbert in third. New PB as well for Freeman by 1.5 seconds. Superb stuff. Amber Downham having to settle for a silver, her second medal of the week. Iona Colbert in third for Grantham.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome our athletes to poolside for our next event. This is the women's 14 years, 100 metres backstroke final. In 0 from Newbury, Freya Barlow. In 1 from Harlow Penguin, Karis Brayley. In 2 from Anaconda, Sadie Goldin. In 3 from Hatfield, Jessica Keogh. In 4 from Abingdon Vale, Lottie James. In 5 from City of Salford, Lauren Bradley Holt. In 6 from Thames, Lucy Block. In 7 from Loftus Dolphins, Charlotte Thompson. In 8 from City of Leicester, Madeline Squires. In 9 from Bolton Metro, Georgia Ashton. This is the women's 14 years, 100 metres backstroke final.
Take your marks.
It's an excellent start, saying Carice Brayley in lane 1 for Harlow Penguin, and also Lottie James of Abingdon Vale in 4. There may be two different clubs, but they've got very similar caps there. The black one, there looks like a bit of gold on there as well. Gold definitely the aim of the race here. Lottie James still maintaining that strong start. She got the best time earlier on today of 106.85, which was a PB as well. And in fact, the fastest 6 coming into this final all registered their personal best this morning in the pool here in Ponds. Turn being made first then by Lottie James. Still Carice Brayley in lane 1, doing a really good job to keep herself up there. Lucy Block as well completes the top block of 3 for Tame. 32.85 with the split the halfway point, but you've got Laura Bradley Holt trying to make her way forward there as well. It looks like she might be second at the moment. Pulling away though in lane 4, Lottie James of Abingdon Vale here, looking really, really strong coming in under the ropes. Second is going to be anyone's guess, but in comes Lottie James and she gets the gold. It's Lauren Bradley Holt of Salford with the silver and Charlotte Thompson with the bronze. Very close ultimately. Look at the amount of times they're on 106 and 107, and that tells a story of its own. But it's Lottie James on 105.91 who gets the gold medal.
Time for our next event then, ladies and gentlemen. Please welcome to poolside the athletes for the women's 15 years 100 metres backstroke final. In 0 from Ellesmere College Titans, Gerda Vasiliauskaite. In 1 from Colchester, Asma Parker. In 2 from City of Oxford, Delphine Little. In 3 from Portsmouth North Sea, Kate Baxter. In 4 from Guildford City, Catherine Henderson. In 5 from City of Birmingham, Lily Massey. In 6 from Weston-super-Mare, Madeline Soper. In 7 from Millfield, Isabella Rennick. In 8 from Guildford City, Paige Coombs. And in 9 from Hillingdon, Cara O'Toole. This is the women's 15 years 100 metres backstroke final.
Take your mark.
Electric starting lane one that from Asper Parker. Oh, Colchester, goodness me. Like a flash, and alongside it, you had a professional skater, the Velsmere College Titans as well. Pretty much level with her. Then Catherine Henderson in lane 4 begins to get into the swing of things for Guildford City down the middle. We'll show exactly why she was the quickest qualifier from earlier on today. 106.68 was her heat time score. It's a PB as well, but Asma Parker is proving like a very tough nut to crack. You've got Delphine Littling 2 and also Kate Baxter in 3 as well. Kate Baxter, I think, has been as busy as anyone over the course of the last few days here at this Swim England meet. She seems to have been in every single female final, and she goes bombing along again, trying to get in towards bronze, and this is a really good last 20 metres or so from those towards the front. Baxter here has got some real momentum behind her, and she's catching up with Catherine Henderson and that big army of Portsmouth fans in the corner cheering her on to do it. Oh wow, what a recovery. 106.24. Kate Baxter with another medal to add to the collection. This time it's a gold one. Silver split between Massey and Henderson. And another sea of scores so close to one another. 106 the common time on this occasion. Be interesting to see just how close those results were. We'll see shortly with the ascending times. Baxter will be top on the leaderboard, we expect, with Massey and Henderson sharing silver. And there we have it. Top 6 all within 107. As Baxter tops the podium.
Time then for our next race, ladies and gentlemen. Please welcome the athletes to poolside for the women's 16 years 100 metres backstroke final. In 0 from Exeter City, Olivia Burrow. In 1 from City of Oxford, Emily Ford. In 2 from City of Norwich, Megan Pye. In 3 from Leamington, Abigail Jolly. In 4 from Havant and Waterlooville, Gemma Elliott. In 5 from Leatherhead, Jocelyn Cosmatos. In 6 from Stockport Metro, Kate Butler. In 7 from Northampton, Isabel Hume. In 8 from Chelmsford, Abby Lowe. And in 9 from Hackney, Lily Girardet. This is the women's 16 years, 100 metres backstroke final.
Take your mark.
Away we go. So it's from 0 to 6 in particular. And the better of the starts there, it seemed. In lane 6 is Kate Butler. of Stockport Metro. And another one to add to the catalogue of swimmers that have come here this week, come here in this event as well, and managed to get PBs just from the heats alone. Trend seems to be continue on that and get a new PB in the final, because a lot have done that, and it's usually resulted in a medal for them as well. Olivia Bora of Exeter City really coming out like a flash as a possible outside smoker in lane 0. 25 metres to go, with Emily Ford in lane 1 of City of Oxford putting on a bit of pressure, as is Abigail Jolly of Leamington as well in 3. We saw how Kate Baxter turned it around with 20 metres to go in the last race. Is anyone going to do that here? It all seems very peaceful in the pool. Is anyone going to power towards the wall? It's Kate Butler that's done it. 105.61. 0.24 the split between her and Gemma Elliott, and in third, Abigail Jolly.
Time then for our next race, ladies and gentlemen. Please welcome the athletes to poolside for the women's 17 years and over 100 metres backstroke final. In 0 from City of Peterborough, Emma Leslie. In 1 from Thanet Swim, Robin Moon. In 2 from Basildon and Phoenix, Emily Lane. In 3 from Borough of Waltham Forest, Jasmine Eiley. In 4 from Denmark, Sarah Sylvestre. In 5 from Stockport Metro, Emma Rosen. In 6 from Cambrai, Eleanor Fess. In 7 from Taunton Dean, Holly Hudgton. In 8 from Harrogate, Anna Marley. And in 9 from City of Salford, Emma Jones. This is the women's 17 years and over 100 metres backstroke final.
Take your mark.
Strong start under the water there from Sarah Sylvestre of Denmark, the 18-year-old. Athlete to a name this week in the 50 back with the gold medal. Medals being handed out in that race as well, featuring swimmers in the pool here, particularly Jasmine Eiley in lane 3. Borough of Waltham Forest picking up bronze in that 50-metre backstroke event. She got a PB today of 105.44. There's Emma Rawson, who's the quickest in the pool here out the English swimmers. And trying to put pressure on Sarah Sylvestre and pick her pocket in terms of commemorative gold. Of course, if Sarah Sylvestre finishes in the top 3, she'll get a medal, but it won't disrupt the English swimmers because they're fighting for their own medals here. And Emma Rawson is one of them. And the English contingent, no one noteworthy trying to get the bronze. So at the front, then it's Sarah Sylvestre. She'll get commemorative gold. It's gold for Rawson, silver for Eiley, and looks like bronze for Emily Lane, but we need the full confirmation. Holly Hudgton's time only just appearing on the screen. I think Emily Lane's quicker than that, though. Robin Moon wasn't far out either. So with Sarah Sylvestre winning that one, it's the top 4 that will be on the podium, and we will see that in order shortly. Results on the screen. Sylvester, Rosen, Eiley and Lane will be on the podium. That women's 17 years and over 100 metre backstroke final.
Time then for our penultimate event of the evening, ladies and gentlemen. Please welcome to poolside the athletes for the men's 13-14 years, 100 metres backstroke final. In 0 from Brighton, Matthew Hines. In 1 from Hatfield, Michael Klimaszewski. In 2 from Derwent side, Joshua Savage. In 3 from Rushmore Royals, Charles Hazel. In 4 from Millfield, David O'Loughlin. In 5 from Devonport, Aidan Simons-Brown. In 6 from Poole, Robbie Hemmings. 7 from City of Sheffield, Matthew Woodall. In 8 from Solihull, Dean Ahmed. And in 9 from Shiverers, Elijah Kendrick. This is the men's 13-14 years, 100 metres backstroke final.
Take your marks.
Surging start in lane 4 from David O'Loughlin there of Millfield. Just over 60 seconds from him earlier today. 61.91. Goals for him in the 100 fly in this summer meet. Wouldn't mind making it a double dose of goals with a good swim here. It's a good start as well. Sub 30 seconds, 29.79 ahead of Aidan Simons-Brown of Devonport. And it's Robbie Hemmings of Poole who's in 3rd place in lane 6, but that could be a good skirmish with Charles Hazel. A bit of an interested party in that as well. Joshua Savage in lane 2 from Derwent side may be able to retrieve the situation here also. But at the front, David O'Loughlin, who started as he needs to go on. And boy, has he gone on like that as well as he dips under the ropes and really gets moving to the wall to secure it. And it's a new PB, again 61 seconds, this time 61.08. Silver for Aidan Simons-Brown and Charles Hazel. It's bronze.
Time for our next event then, ladies and gentlemen. Please welcome the athletes to poolside for the men's 15 years, 100 metres backstroke final. In 0 from Hailsham, Finley Naylor. In 1 from Seagull, Sonny Chamberlain Hyde. In 2 from Hillingdon, Antonio Nicolau. In 3 from Nova Centurion, Joshua Skinner. In 4 from Bracknell, Brogan Hyde. In 5 from Borough of Stockton, William Ellis. In 6 from Leicester Sharks, Luca De Silva. In 7 from Amersham, Ellis Morgan. In 8 from Gloucester, Joseph Giles. And in 9 from Carl Alpha, Sam Adams. This is the men's 15 years, 100 metres stroke.
Well, if the heats are anything to go by, another tight one on the cards. 0.2 seconds separating the fastest three swimmers in this. Brogan Hyde in 4, Joshua Skinner in 3, and William Ellis in lane 5. Well, Borough of Stockton. He's off to the best start of them. It looked like Brogan Hyde was flagging a wee bit right at the start, but he's certainly got into a bit of pace now. He's in 3rd position at the halfway point. Could have been higher maybe if his start was more on point, but nevertheless he's only behind Skinner and Chamberlain Hyde in lane 1 for now, and there's plenty of room to turn it around. But Skinner has got a lot of momentum going his way, the Nova Centurion man. In lane 1 still Sonny Chamberlain Hyde of Seagulls trying to fly towards the front, and then the battle down the heart of the pool begins to emerge between Brogan Hyde in 4 and William Ellis in lane 5. What medal will that concern? It won't concern gold, because Skinner has got that. 60.63. Ellis gets the silver for Stockton, and it's Brogan Hyde with Bracknell bronze.
Time then for our next event, ladies and gentlemen. Please welcome the swimmers to poolside for the men's 16 years, 100 metres backstroke final. In 0 from Taunton Dean, Ryan Whitworth. In 1 from Chelsea and Westminster, Jeremy Kemp. In 2 from Millfield, Alexander Sargent. In 3 from Staines, Ross Phil. In 4 from Derwentside, Aaron Beckford. In 5 from Haringey, Shaquille Jordani. In 6 from Plymouth Leander, Tobias Fredericks. In 7 from Sutton and Cheam, Joseph Lenehan. In 8 from West Dorset, Henry Wyrill. And in 9 from Basildon and Phoenix, James Cooper. This is the men's 16 years, 100 metres backstroke final.
Take your mark.
This is start out from Shaquille Giordani in lane 5. The only one representing the backstroke legends there, and it's not going to be a massive amount of margin between him and Aaron Beckford in the early stages, but if you compare those two to the rest of the pool, then they've certainly got off to the better of starts, and they look like the main two to be beaten here. Both getting PBs earlier on today, under 61 seconds. Can they maybe break the 60-second barrier here as well? Aaron Beckford and Giordani turning one before the other, with Ross Philp of Staines in 3rd position. Tobias Fredericks not far behind either. Quite a few decent splits at the halfway point, but now this is really where they begin to turn the screw, and our leader is Aaron Beckford of Derwentside. They stand expectant on the far side underneath the flag here, and Beckford giving something to cheer about with a half a body length lead as they come in under the ropes and to the wall. Beckford first, 59.87, and breaks the 60-second barrier as well. Silver for Ross Philp of Staines. And it is Shaquille Giordani who gets 3rd. PBs for all of our medalists there. But Beckford, 59.87, big milestone for him, big gold medal as well.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is now time for our next event. So please welcome the athletes to the poolside for the men's 17 years, 100 metres backstroke final. In 0 from City of Milton Keynes, Miles Drabwell. In 1 from City of Sheffield, Simon Clements. In 2 from Leatherhead, Cameron Mackay. In 3 from Windsor, Moritz Hugers. In 4 from Blythe Barracudas, Leonard Sadigans. In 5 from Mount Kelly, Jacob Newcomb. In 6 from Preston, Billy Dewhurst. In 7 from Sutton and Cheam, Kieran Rutter. In 8 from Team Bath, Mark Edmondson. And in 9 from City of Salford, William Camden. This is the men's 17 years, 100 metres, stroke final.
Take your marks.
Where they go, gold cap. And they three, Moritz Hugers of Windsor. It looks like a Power Ranger wearing that. Next to him, Leonard Sadigans of Blythe, both getting off to pretty even starts in the first half of this. But it's Jacob Newcomb turning first, Sadigans second, Hugers down in fourth with Dewhurst ahead of him. So the central 4 lanes are the one battering their way into the final 30 metres. And it's very, very close to call once again. Maybe slightly dropping off with Billy Dewhurst of Preston here, which is allowing the man next to him, Jacob Newman, to run free. And Sadigans and Hugers trying to keep tabs on him, but it's very difficult indeed with Newcomb in this form as they go in towards the wall. 58.12 the winning time. PB and gold for Newcomb. Sadigans second on 58.53, himself getting a PB, and PB Dewhurst who recovers for a bronze. Official confirmed results of that final, the penultimate men's race of the night. Of course, after the men's 18 years are over, it will be all down to the women and the 100-metre freestyle. And there we go, confirmation of those results. 7 swimmers under a minute. The top 3 under 59 seconds. Newcomb, Sadigans and Dewhurst on the podium.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is now time for our next event. So please make some noise for the athletes as they make their way to poolside for the men's 18 years and over 100 metres backstroke final. In 0 from Mount Kelly, Samuel Pease. In 1 from Hillingdon, Ben Hooper. In 2 from Northampton, Matthew Richmond. In 3 from Derwent side, Oliver O'Halloran. In 4 from Denmark, Alexander Gleiser. In 5, also from Denmark, Gustav Friberg. In 6 from Prescott, Neil Wiley. In 7 from Pioneers 79, Aaron Bostock. In 8 from Plymouth Leander, George Lehman. And in 9 from City of Peterborough, Matthew Gray. This is the men's 18 years and over 100 metres backstroke final.
Take your marks.
Looks like James Brown in the crowd there at the start of that race. As we look down to the pool, it's the Danish duo who seem to be the ones to beat, Alexander Gleiser and Gustav Freiberg going into this one. Gleiser getting the better of the starts, winner of the commemorative gold medal in the 50 back. And that was earlier this week, 55.42 his time earlier on today, so he should win this one pretty convincingly. But whatever he does not impact on the English swimmers and where they will finish on the podium, because that is still all to play for. Samuel Peace of Mount Kelly, who got a bronze medal in that 50-metre backstroke event earlier this week, is doing okay on the outside, but in lane 3, Oliver O'Halloran of Derwent side trying to give them more taste of success tonight as well. The Danes coming in then for commemorative gold and also commemorative silver, and O'Halloran's got the English gold, with Peace getting silver and Bostock bronze. So those 5 will be on the podium. More reason to celebrate for the Derwent side crew. Double dose of Denmark and Derwent side, your top 3. And Samuel Peace of Mount Kelly and Aaron Bostock of Pioneer 79 also to join them on the podium. Those results being ratified with the microscope as ever. We will get the confirmation of those 10 swimmers' times, all of them looking under 60 seconds from the initial stop clocks. And there they are. The result for that final men's race of the night.
It's now time for our final event of the evening, ladies and gentlemen, and as we know, last one, fast one. So let's make some noise as we welcome the athletes to poolside for the women's 12-13 years 100 metres freestyle final. In 0 from Lincoln Vulcans, Laura Dickinson. In 1 from Ellesmere College Titans, Katie Hale. In 2 from City of Sheffield, Grace Conroy. In 3 from Woking, Kira Haney. In 4 from Chelmsford, Erin Little. In 5 from City of Birmingham, Kira Hancock. In 6 from City of Bradford, Hermione Rowe. In 7 from Borough of Waltham Forest, Isabel Eiley. In 8 from Cannock Phoenix, Alice Toon. And in 9 from Mid Sussex, Bethany Abrams. This is the women's 12-13 years 100 metres freestyle final.
Pick your mark.
Of course, we already had the 53 and the 200 free this week. Grace Conroy in lane 2 of City of Sheffield, who won the 200 metre freestyle. That's the time this morning. Well, good enough to get it in lane 2. Really good start in 4 from Erin Little of Chelmsford City. Time for her 60.5 earlier today. That was a PB. All but one of the swimmers managed to secure a personal best this morning. Hermione Rowe, considering Bradford the exception, but of course she's capable of producing in finals as well. The girl in 6 already with a gold to her name, 100 breast, and a silver as well in that 53. But Erin Little with a really last strong 50 here, and she's being waved towards the wall. As in lane 6 you see Hermione Rowe try and bite back for Bradford. That's enough for silver, but Little gets gold and breaks 60 seconds for the first time, 59.49. Big achievement for the 12-year-old. Hermione Rowe second, and Katie Hale in third.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to poolside the athletes for our next event, the women's 14 years 100 metres freestyle finals. In 0 from City of Oxford, Gretel Goodgame. In 1 from Millfield, Astrid Hanna. In 2 from City of St Albans, Ellie Hollis. In 3 from City of Sheffield, Izzy May Reeves. In 4 from Borough of Waltham Forest, Emily Eiley. In 5 from City of Manchester Aquatics, Meadow Dronsfield. In 6 from Newcastle, Izzy Winter. In 7 from City of Leicester, Madeline Squires. In 8 from Darlington, Harriet Rogers. And in 9 from Maidenhead, Isabel Benster. This is the women's 14 years, 100 metres freestyle final.
Pick your mark.
Smooth start from Emily Eiley of Borough of Waltham Forest. More often that you see someone in the field of quite a few PBs, be the fastest qualifier from heats and not have PB written next to your name. But that's the case with Eiley. 59.86. Still a few tenths away from her season's best, let alone her PB, which stands at 58.71 on paper. She should be well ahead of everyone else, but this just shows you that you get roped back in when the stakes are put this high, and there's quite a few contenders going for the medals here as well. Lane 8, Harriet Rogers of Darlington. In 5, Meadow Dronsfield of City of Manchester, and a late assault from Izzy May Reeves of City of Sheffield. One of them will miss out because Isla will take top prize, 58.75. Izzy May Reeves dips under a minute as well. That's for the first time in her career, 59.76. And Meadow Dronsfield in 3rd. Emily Eiley, 400ths outside of her PB, but it is a season's best, and it is a gold medal here on the national stage.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the athletes at poolside for our next event. It's the women's 15 years 100 metres freestyle final. In 0 from Sevenoaks, Zoe Naylor Perrott. In 1 from City of Oxford, Delphine Little. In 2 from City of Sunderland, Caitlin Cambrook. In 3 from Twin Bournemouth, Ella Chown. In 4 from Team Ipswich, Emma Cruikshanks. In 5 from Southport, Jessica Law. In 6 from City of Norwich, Sasha Thomas. In 7 from Hatfield, Jessica Woodward. In 8 from Wickham District, Rachel Cornford. And in 9 from Team Ipswich, Annabelle Burgess. This is the women's 15 years 100 metres freestyle final.
Take your mark.
Very even and very clean starts at the start of that women's 15 years 100 metre freestyle. And of course, these swimmers going for medals. Quite a lot of swimmers already getting medals tonight. If we could have those medalists go to the timing sweep as soon as possible, please, that would be greatly appreciated. We are not far away from our final batch of ceremonies for the night, so please do go there if you've got a medal. We're about to get one. Goodness me, there's 5 or 6 here in the hunt, and they're coming here in one big flock. Who's going to miss out and who's going to get top prize? No clear favourite for this. What an ending. Emma Cruikshanks, 59.15. Pick a name out of a hat and you get Cruikshanks. Sasha Thomas second on 59.28. And Ella Chown of Swin Bournemouth in third. .67 the gap between first and seventh. What an extraordinary race that was. Just when you think you've seen all the drama for the night, you still get it now in that final there, and we still have 2 finals to come on day 4 of this Swim England National Summer Meet.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to poolside the finalists for our next event, our penultimate final of the evening. This is the women's 16 years 100 metres freestyle final. In 0 from City of Peterborough, Mackenzie Wyatt. In 1 from Leamington, Molly Quelch. In 2 from Bournemouth Collegiate, Onioluwa Taiwo. In 3 from Devonshire XL, Charlotte Hall. In 4 from Kavik Kastrup, Julia Svensson. In 5 from Bromley, Imogen Mears. In 6 from City of Norwich, Charlotte Walker. In 7 from Dunmo Atlantis, Rebecca Watt. In 8 from Royal Tunbridge Wells Monson, Francesca Whiting. In 9 from City of Birmingham, Elizabeth Kingham. This is the women's 16 years 100 metres freestyle final.
Take your mark.
59 seconds on the dot earlier on for Julia Svensson of Denmark, going for yet another gold medal here. Commemorative gold, of course, already getting one in the 50 free, the 100 fly, And now maybe one. If you combine the two, the 100 freestyle in this race. Halfway through, she's leading the way. And out of the English swimmers, we're looking to Imogen Mears in lane 5. And then we've got Molly Quelch in 1. And Mackenzie Wyatt as well in lane 0 for City of Peterborough. Good battle once again. And you always know that's the case. We're at the halfway point. All 10 names seemingly just appear on the screen at once with their split times. It is a close one, but it's beginning to just evaporate at the front into a 1 or 2 race battle now. It's Imogen Mears ahead of Julia Svensson. Perhaps that wasn't expected, and Mears has got goal, 58.05. Solid swim, 0.69 ahead of Julia Svensson, who has to settle for commemorative silver, English silver for Charlotte Hall, and bronze for Mackenzie Wyatt.
It's time then for our final race of the evening, ladies and gentlemen. So let's make some noise inside Ponds Forge as we welcome to the poolside the athletes for the women 17 years and over 100 metres freestyle final. In 0 from Team Bath, Amy Gordon. In 1 from Tewkesbury, Sophie Hall. In 2 from Thanet Swim, Hannah Denny. In 3 from Borough of Kirklees, Avril Bowler. In 4 from Birmingham University, Jessica Shaw. In 5 from Grantham, Molly Colbert. In 6 from Enfield Swim Squad, Mia Hawkes. In 7 from Colchester, Eleanor Julie. And in 8 from Brompton, Spencer Williams. This is the women's 17 years and over 100 metres freestyle final.
Take your marks.
The smoothest start down in lane 5 for Molly Colbert of Grantham, and Jessica Shaw, who comes into this as the quickest of them from the University of Birmingham, 59.11 her time. That's the season's best for her. We'll maybe get a bit of confidence out of that one. You've got Mia Hawkes as well of Enfield up there, but don't rule Molly Colbert out in the final 50. She still managed to be in 6th position joint with Hannah Denny in lane 2. Up there also you've got Eleanor Julie in 7, Amy Gordon in 0, Avril Bowler as well in lane 3. But the real focus of this is in 6 and 4, where you've got Mia Hawkes of Enfield and Jessica Shaw of Birmingham, who are going to close the night out here, battling away for gold. Joining them now, Eleanor Julie of Colchester. We've got another race to finish what has been a sensational night, and another close finish as well. 58.2, Mia Hawkes wins it. Julie second, Shaw in third. It has been a very difficult night to top off. Such has been the standard. But that was brilliant. And what a night we have had here in Ponds Forge. Big well done to all our swimmers. Some sensational entertainment. And now a bit of a chance to breathe again. Unstrap your seatbelts. We've got the medal ceremonies coming up very shortly indeed, but that ends the swimming for tonight. Do stick around for those medal presentations. Those of you sneaking out behind the blue curtain right now, thank you very much for your support and attendance tonight. It has been sensational here in the Steel City on this Friday evening under the Ponds Forge lights. And we hope you'll be back tomorrow on Saturday to do it all over again. But those of you that are sticking around, you're very wise to do so. The medal presentations coming up very shortly.
Ladies and gentlemen, the medal ceremony for the men's and women's multi-class 100 metres butterfly. Please welcome the presentation party consisting of Swim England regional presidents. From the northeast, Christine Golightly. From the southeast, Eileen Adams. And from the southwest, Paul Robbins. The winners of the bronze medals. In the men's event, representing Kingston upon Hull, Owen Garsides. And in the women's event, representing Wickham District, Katie Crowhurst. The winners of the silver medals. In the men's event, representing Hastings, Callum Pearson. And in the women's event, representing Borough of Kirklees, Alia Bachakoglu. The winners of the Swim England National Summer Meet 2018 gold medals. In the men's event, representing Carl Alpha, James Edwards. And in the women's event, representing City of Derby, Megan Neave. Ladies and gentlemen, let's hear it one more time for your medalists. Ladies and gentlemen, the medal ceremony for the women's 100 metres backstroke. Winners of the bronze medals. In the 12-13 years category, representing Grantham, Yona Colberts. And in the 14 years category, representing Loftus Dolphins, Charlotte Thompson. The winners of the silver medals. In the 12-13 years category, representing Chesterfield, Amber Downham. In the 14 years category, representing City of Salford, Lauren Bradley Holtz. And in the 15 years category, representing Guildford City, Catherine Henderson. And representing City of Birmingham, Lily Massey. The winners of the Swim England National Summer Meet 2018 gold medals. In the 12-13 years category, representing Tynemouth, Libby Freeman. In the 14 years category, representing Abingdon Vale, Lottie James. In the 15 years category, representing Portsmouth North Sea, Kate Baxter. Ladies and gentlemen, let's hear it one more time for your medalists. Ladies and gentlemen, the medal ceremony for the women's 100 metres backstroke. Winners of the bronze medals. In the 16 years category, representing Leamington, Abigail Jolly. In the 17 years and over category, representing Basildon and Phoenix, Emily Lane. The winners of the silver medals. In the 16 years category, representing Haventon Waterlooville, Gemma Elliott. And in the 17 years and over category, representing Borough of Waltham Forest, Jaslyn Eiley. The winners of the Swim England National Summer Meet 2018 gold medals. In the 16 years category, representing Stockport Metro, Kate Butler. In the 17 years and over category, representing Stockport Metro, Emma Rosen. And receiving the commemorative gold medal, representing Denmark, Sarah Sylvestre. Ladies and gentlemen, let's hear it one more time for your medalists. Ladies and gentlemen, the medal ceremony for the men's 100 metres backstroke. Winners of the bronze medals. In the 13-14 years category, representing Rushmore Royals, Charles Hazel. In the 15 years category, representing Bracknell, Brogan Hyde. And in the 16 years category, representing Haringey, Shaquille Jordani. The winners of the silver medals. In the 13-14 years category, representing Devonport, Aidan Simons-Brown. In the 15 years category, representing Borough of Stockton, William Ellis. And in the 16 years category, representing Staines, Ross Phil. The winners of the Swim England National Summer Meet 2018 gold medals. In the 13-14 years category, representing Millfield, David O'Loughlin. In the 15 years category, representing Nova Centurion, Joshua Skinner. And in the 16 years category, representing Derwentside, Aaron Beckford. Ladies and gentlemen, let's hear it once more for your medalists. Ladies and gentlemen, the medal ceremony for the men's 100 metres backstroke. The winners of the bronze medals. In the 17-18 years category, representing Preston, Billy Dewhurst. And in the 19 years and over category, representing Pioneer 79, Aaron Bostock. The winners of the silver medals. In the 17-18 years category, representing Blythe Barracudas, Leonard Saragins. And in the 19 years and over category, representing Mount Kelly, Samuel Pease. And receiving the commemorative silver medal, representing Denmark, Gustav Friberg. The winners of the Swim England National Summer Meet 2018 gold medals. In the 17-18 years category, representing Mount Kelly, Jacob Newcomb. In the 19 years and over category, representing Derwentside, Oliver O'Halloran. Receiving the commemorative gold medal, representing Denmark, Alexander Gleeser. Ladies and gentlemen, let's hear it one more time for your medalists. Ladies and gentlemen, the medal ceremony for the women's 100 metres freestyle. The winners of the bronze medals. In the 12-13 years category, representing Ellesmere College Titans, Katie Hale. In the 14 years category, representing City of Manchester Aquatics, Meadow Dronsfields. And in the 15 years category, representing Swim Bournemouth, Ella Chow. The winners of the silver medals. In the 12-13 years category, representing City of Bradford, Hermione Rowe. In the 14 years category, representing City of Sheffield, Izzy May Reeves. And in the 15 years category, representing City of Norwich, Sasha Thomas. The winners of the Swim England National Summer Meet 2018 gold medals. In the 12-13 years category, representing Chelmsford, Erin Little. In the 14 years category, representing Borough of Waltham Forest, Emily Eiley. And in the 15 years category, representing Team Ipswich, Emma Crookshanks. Ladies and gentlemen, let's hear it one more time for your medalists. Ladies and gentlemen, the medal ceremony for the women's 100 metres freestyle. The winners of the bronze medals. In the 16-17 years category, representing City of Peterborough, Mackenzie Wyatt. In the 18 years and over category, representing Birmingham University, Jessica Shaw. The winners of the silver medals. In the 16-17 years category, representing Devonshire Excel, Charlotte Hall. And receiving the commemorative silver medal, representing Denmark, Julia Svensson. In the 18 years and over category, representing Colchester, Eleanor Julie. The winners of the Swim England National Summer Meet 2018 gold medals. In the 16-17 years category, representing Bromley, Imogen Mears. And in the 18 years and over category, representing Enfield, Maya Hawkes. Ladies and gentlemen, for the final time this evening, let's hear it for your medalists. Congratulations, ladies, on those wonderful swims and those fantastic medals. Very, very well earned, I'm sure we will all agree. Ladies and gentlemen, in the crowd at Ponds Forge and still on the stream, one tiny bit of housekeeping to keep you up to date with before we bid you goodbye. Big congratulations on the Twitter competition, and that goes to Karen Saunders from Team Bath's contingent for her moment of the week so far. It was the Bath swimmer pointing to the camera and giving it the big one, as she called it. So she will pick up the tier bag. Congratulations, Karen. We will get that to you as soon as possible. Ladies and gents in the crowd, it's been a wonderful day. We hope you agree, and we cannot wait to welcome you back again tomorrow. We've got one more day of this National Summer Meet, and we cannot wait to do it one last time. We'll see you bright and breezy at 9 a.m. Until then, though, ladies and gents, on the stream and inside Ponds Forge, a very good evening. And to our officials, you may now leave the poolside.